Hi, welcome back to the second video of week one. In this video, we're going to be talking about human experience. We're going to talk about it in kind of a weird scientific way, but it will make sense and it will help us throughout the rest of the semester as we keep coming back to here's a particular need, here is how our technology impacts our ability to meet it. So we're going to do it in this way. We're going to begin with talking about what are humans, which I know is an awkward and weird thing to ask, but we're going to do it, talk about it biologically. We'll then go on to what is our experience like? After that, we'll talk about what's the context of our experience, and this is where we're going to get into talking about society. And then fourth, we'll conclude by bringing back to this idea, which will make sense in just a minute: 3 streams and a quest for happiness. Okay, so let's begin with the weird biological explanation for what are humans. Obviously we're animals. We're going to talk about it specifically as breaking it down to that level, I guess. I'm talking about biological organisms. So we exist at our biological root to pass on genes to the next generation. The point that I want you to get out of this is that evolution infused us with 2 big strategies for doing that. So what are humans? First of all, we are pack animals. Yes, humans are capable of living in isolation, but nobody's born into isolation. I mean, all of you were born into families which lived, generally speaking, for most of us, in neighborhoods or in extended families. There's a pack element to how our existence works. Now, as Americans, we're not really used to thinking of ourselves as pack animals. We're used to thinking of ourselves as individuals. But as we'll talk about in the next lecture, that's based on what our society tells us to believe about our existence. Biologically speaking, we look and we live in these groups, small nuclear or small family groups, not always nuclear, but small family groups that are embedded within larger groups. We're pack animals and we solve our problems collectively. So that's big strategy number 1. We are, evolution has infused us with in the attempt to pass our genes on, has infused us with this instinct to be pack animals. But that's one of the few instincts that we have. Because the second big strategy that evolution has infused us with is that we are, kind of run out of space for this, we are cultural. Whereas, the most common pack animal that we think of generally speaking, are wolves. And wolves have a lot of instincts. There may be some culture going on with wolves. I don't want to suggest that there isn't. But most wolf packs will act kind of similarly to other wolf packs. Whereas human beings, we act radically differently. We in America act way differently than people in China, who act way differently than people in Afghanistan, who act way differently than people in Nigeria. The instinct is to be in the pack, but the pack tells us how we're supposed to go about our specific lives. The pack does that through culture. And again, you're probably not taking this, probably isn't your first sociology course. Culture is going to be infused in our minds through society. So we evolved to have our thinking and our behavior influenced by the pack through the pack's culture. Okay, that deals with question number 1. What are humans? Pack animals who live our lives. We think and we behave according to the particular culture of the pack. Okay, so what is our experience of this like? Well, our experience, sorry, I gotta scroll down just a little bit. Our experience of this is not that we just wake up and think, oh, okay, what does the pack want us to do today? And then I've considered that, and then I go about doing it. Our experience is way more complex than that. We wake up, and for most Americans nowadays, we wake up somewhat anxious about what we have to do for school or our jobs or the combination of the two. Our We wake up with financial issues on our mind. We wake up with stress about, does this person, what's my relationship with this person like right now? Is it I'm feeling I'm feeling stressed about how I fit in a particular set of relationships. Do these people like me? What are they thinking about me? There's all kinds of anxiety, and that's just when we wake up. Then we maybe go off to school or to work, and we get frustrated by traffic, or we get excited because we hear a song that we like. And the experience of this is an experience of, which is what we're going to talk about in the conclusion, a stream of feelings. If you just sit there, you will feel angry for a little bit, and then the anger will ebb, and maybe sadness will come in, and then you'll remember something, and you'll get excited about the weekend, and then that excitement will change back into anxiety about, but I've got this test or this assignment. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, there's this stream of feelings that are constantly changing. That if you were to close your eyes, you could just experience that. That's what meditation's about. But that's just one element of our experience. A second element is, and you can get used to this in meditation as well, is there's a constant stream of thoughts that's going on. Some of them are directed by us. Like right now, before you clicked on this video, you had the thought, I need to click on this video. But sometimes the thoughts just come to us unbidden. We experience it as what's called a stream of consciousness, but it's a stream of thoughts that some of them just pop up, some of them are directed. But if you, again, were to close your eyes and just sit down, you could just kind of watch this parade, this stream of thoughts that's constantly going on from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. So that's two of our three streams. That is our experience of living. The third one is an experience of a stream of doing things. So right now you're watching this, and maybe you're watching this and eating, or maybe you're watching this and preparing food, or maybe you're watching this or you're just listening to it and it's in the background while you're wandering around your apartment or whatever. But your body is this stream of, from the time you wake up from your sleep and you start doing things, and your body is in this stream of different positions. We can think about our experience that way. So that's it. What is our experience like? Our experience is a stream of feelings, of thoughts, and of actions that go from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. Really different than this whole pack animal guided by culture thing. Our experience isn't that. Our experience is kind of individualized in terms of feelings, thoughts, and actions. Okay, but those feelings, thoughts, and actions don't take place in isolation. I've kind of stressed this whole meditation thing, but mostly you're not meditating. I mean, if you do, that's fantastic, but mostly what you're doing is going about your life, which means you are going about living in a world that is governed by our pack's society. Society's got certain rules, certain expectations, certain beliefs. I talked about the belief in individualism that we're encouraged to have. So we are feeling, we are thinking, we are acting, but all within this social environment of our society. Society, the pack, tells us what we should want and what we should be doing. The reason you're watching this video, which, let's be honest, most of you don't want to be doing, is because society has told you should get a college degree, and this was a course that fit your schedule. So society tells you what you should want, what you should do in order to fit in and in order to feel good about yourself and to have the esteem of other people in your life as well. And as I said, the PAC's mechanism for doing this, the context, is society, which is what we'll get to next time. In conclusion, what is human experience? Well, we are pack animals that are guided by our society, by our society's culture, but our experience of it is those three streams: stream of feelings, stream of thoughts, stream of actions, but all in the context of you trying to be happy, trying to have a fulfilling life, trying to be content. And that's going to be big because, as I said in the last video, that idea of happiness or fulfillment is going to be a big element that we're going to take piece by piece, need by need, week by week, as we go through the semester. Okay, that's human experience, at least as far as we need to define it for this class. Next up, we'll talk about the context that we have our experiences in, society.